What's going on, y'all? It's Dawhveed, and I'm so freaking excited for this video. As most of you probably know by now, I've been trying to organize how I want to do this contest and the rules and the details and such, and I'm so happy to announce that I'm ready to kick this thing off. So this is going to be a community contest running from today to March 7th, so about like 3 weeks on original Vault Hunter character designs. That's right, a contest where each contestant would submit their own original character for Borderlands 3. Before I get into the rules and the prizes and stuff, I first want to preface this by saying how much I love making original characters and like theory crafting things and just all things of that nature. I'm a gigantic geek for things like Divinity and League of Legends and like Borderlands and just so many other like MMOs and MOBAs and RPGs and stuff. They give you such a broad range of abilities to like work with and customizable options and just freedom to like play around and mix and match stuff. With games like these, I find a large amount of pleasure in thinking of like these what ifs, so I decided to host a whole community contest with all of you because not only would I like to share my own ideas with all of you, I would love so much to hear what ideas you guys have. Because I know some of you aren't playing the game as much and are looking forward to new stuff, so I thought that it could be fun for all of us as a community to talk about what could be in the future of the game. I would like to mention that this community contest is in no way organized or affiliated by or like with any Gearbox or Borderlands 3 employees. So this contest has one category, which is for the best original character design for a new character in Borderlands 3, which will be judged on a point-based system for multiple things by myself, one of my trusty Discord mods who knows the entire Borderlands series like really well, and a very special guest, the man himself, the Zane god, the Sentinel Savage, Thickfill A. We'll be judging your submissions based on creativity. So like how far out of the box did you go with your character ideas? Like how unique are your ideas? Are your ideas something that's like new and fresh to the game? Synergy. Do all of your ideas and like anointments and character skills, do they all like work together? Is there like combos within your skills and do they just all make sense together? Balance. Is your character basically just balanced? Like are they too overpowered? Are they too underpowered? Are some of the anointment like values way too high? And so on. Canon. Now this part's pretty important. Does your character make sense in the Borderlands universe? So if you do some like anime Dragon Ball Z Kamehameha Rasengan character just to win me over because I like anime, that's unfortunately not going to cut it, even though I'll think your character is pretty cool. Each of those 4 categories will be scored out of 10 points, so your character design submission will each be scored out of 40 points. So there will be 2 winners, so a runner-up second place winner as well as a first place grand prize winner. The second place winner wins $50 and a Dawhveed t-shirt, and the grand prize winner wins $100 and also a Dawhveed t-shirt. The prize money is coming out of my own pocket. I have thought about accepting donations for the duration of the contest if you guys are interested in increasing the prize pool, but it's absolutely, I repeat, absolutely not required. If there are enough people interested in doing so, I'll just announce it on Discord and then I'll open up a donation link for the contest. If you're wondering on how to enter this community contest and how I will be keeping track of all of the submissions, I will post a link to the forum where you can post your character designs in the pinned comment of this video, as well as in the description of this video. You can just click on that link, fill out all of your character stuff that is asked for, and submit it. I will be going over in just a bit what the minimum is for the character creation to be entered to win the contest. It does ask for your email to fill out the form. That's only to distinguish the different submissions apart and so that I can email the winners. In order to be eligible to win, you must have a fully completed form and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. So pretty standard stuff. Okay, so what is required for your character creation? I will be going over each thing that you'll have to fill out on the form to be entered to win, and as I'm covering the requirements, I will also be going over my own original character that I came up with just for this contest to use as an example. So first, I would like to get to know your character a little. Are they like an angsty teenage girl with bright blue punk rock hair and like is always chewing on bubblegum? Or are they a brawny fellow with like a soft spot for Varkids? I just need a name and a brief description of your character here. My character's name is Pluto, which is short for plutonium. With a very extensive 30-second Google search of the most dangerous element on the periodic table, I found out plutonium was the most dangerous, and thus I chose the name Pluto. He is a crazy mad scientist who dabbles in machinery and weapon tampering. Next, I figured that the most important part here would be the character skill tree. This pretty much defines what the character is like during gameplay, and it's why this section is quite long. So since there are currently 3 different sides to each skill tree, all that I ask for is a summary of the skills or bonuses that you can find on each side of the tree, 1 action skill for each side of the tree, and 1 augment for each action skill. I also will be giving out a bonus point for each side of the tree if you can come up with a good capstone for each, totaling up to 3 bonus points that can be earned here. So for Pluto, his blue tree would be the control tree, and would have bonuses to movement speed and action skill cooldown rate, and the action skill would be called mind control chip. He would throw a special mind control chip at enemies, and it would have charges similar to rack attack. It sticks to enemies hit and lasts for 12 seconds, and if an enemy dies while a mind control chip is on them, they are converted into your ally for 12 seconds. When I was designing a character, I really wanted some sort of like mind control effect like this, because the blue capstone for Flak and the glamour augment for Amara aren't particularly useful in the current game state. I actually came up with 2 augments for this action skill. The first one would be called Amplify Chip, and it would make enemies affected by mind control chip take 50% increased damage from all sources, even while they're your ally. This is a good balance of like good and bad, so it's not too strong. You can convert them into allies faster, but they also die faster while under the effects of mind control. The second augment would be called Plague Chip, and cause enemies that are converted into your allies to explode once the mind control duration ends. It would deal like probably AoE radiation or incendiary damage. I also made a capstone for each side of the tree as an example. The capstone for his control tree would be the mind control effects would last twice as long, and the damage that mind controlled allies would do would be increased by 100%. So the green tree for Pluto would be called Mad Scientist. He would have skills that buff like weapon damage as well as damage reduction and health stat buffs. The action skill here is called the Old Switcheroo, where Pluto would throw a tiny compact device at an enemy that would replace their gun in their enemy's hand with this device that is useless to them, and then send their gun back to Pluto. That enemy would be left without a gun and then have to run at Pluto and melee him just to do damage. The augment that I chose here is called the Blammo Swap, where instead of taking the enemy's gun, the device that he throws would instead attach to the enemy's weapon and cause their gun to explode, still leaving them without a weapon and be forced to melee you. The capstone here would be once you activate your action skill as Pluto, you gain 25% increased damage and 25% damage reduction for 15 seconds. I like to think that he takes some like crazy concoction potion that gives him these buffs. Lastly, my example for the orange tree for Pluto is the Tinkerer tree, where he gets bonuses to fire rate, magazine size, and skills that just go into effect when his action skill is activated. His action skill here is called Upgrade. Upgrade causes Pluto to add a special attachment to your current weapon that is based off of what your current augment that you're using. Swapping weapons would cause the attachment to be removed and the action skill to go immediately on a cooldown. The first augment here would be Flame Spitter, where Pluto would attach a flamethrower to his gun that fires a cone of flames that deal fire damage, but it can overheat just like any COV gun. The second augment would be called Zapper, where he adds shock damage taser bullets to his magazine that stick to enemies and can electrocute them. Putting a point into the capstone for this tree would permanently summon a flying drone next to you that I named Albie that would shoot kinetic bullets, but once you use Upgrade, Albie would also get the same attachment as you for the duration of your action skill. Okay, so after the skills for your character, you have to also enter at least 5 examples of anoints for the gear. Of those 5, you must have at least 1 weapon and 1 shield or grenade anoint. So you can't only have like 5 weapon anoints or only 5 shield or grenade anoints. For Pluto, one of his weapon anoints would let him upgrade his current gun for free once his action skill ends. This upgrade would only last 8 seconds though, which is shorter than the actual upgrade action skill, which would be 12 seconds. One of his grenade anoints would let Albie, which is his flying drone, toss a free grenade that is based off of his current grenade mod once his action skill starts. I realize that this video is getting pretty long, so I'll just go ahead and skip the rest of the examples here and go to the last section, which is the class mods for your character. All that I ask here is for at least 2 class mods. These are like the icing on the cake for most endgame builds, and they pretty much just complement the skills of your characters. You don't have to go over what skills they can roll into or like what stat bonuses that they can roll, just the special abilities that they provide. For Pluto, one of his mods is called the Hypno Ray, and the special ability for that is if you kill an enemy with their own gun from the old Switcheroo action skill, you mind control that enemy. So that is it for the required entries for your characters for the contest. Please do not stress too much about like thinking about stuff for your characters. This is definitely meant to be something that's like fun for the community and for you and just everyone to get like all of our creative juices flowing and to generate some discussion on possible future additions to a game that like all of us just love. The last section I have on the form is not required, but rather a chance for you to also include a URL link for a picture or video of your character to give me a better idea of like what to envision for you and to like earn a final bonus point. You can earn the bonus point here if you go the extra mile and create your own image or video. So if I posted like a picture of Rick from Rick and Morty for my Pluto character, even though it would fit really well, I would not award myself the bonus point. In conclusion, with the available 40 points from the categories, 3 bonus points from the capstones, and 1 bonus point for the original image/video, you can potentially score a 44 out of 40 points for your original character design. While this community contest is running, I will have an open discussion channel in Discord, which is going to be linked right under the form for the contest submission in the description and the pinned comment. This channel is basically going to be for everyone participating or just even to want to talk about all the skills and stuff from the contest. You're free to post your own ideas there and we can all chat about it. I myself will post the rest of my Pluto character stuff there that I've created, as well as stuff that I've come up with during the contest. Just please make sure you're being polite to others and just not putting them down for their ideas. While the contest is going on, and as you all start submitting your character creations, I will frequently be posting the more interesting skills that I come across to that channel in the Discord for us to discuss them and we can all like bounce ideas off of each other, and hopefully this helps like get the gears working and helps all of you that are participating gather some good ideas for your own characters. I am super pumped about this. I generally hope that I get a good amount of you out there involved in this, or even like excited to hear about everyone's ideas. Shoutouts to the people in my Discord community that helped me organize this and like give me their own thoughts on this. If you could all just do me a huge favor and like this video and spread it around the community to the bigger content creators, that would be freaking superb, because I really want to get as much of the Borderlands 3 community involved in this as I can. Also, big shout outs to both Ritor and Daquan, who helped me go over the form to make sure it was all like complete and neat, and major shout outs to my man Thickfilet for the help judging all of your submissions alongside my mod and I. So go have so much fun creating your own character, because I know that I did, and once I read some of your ideas, I might have to go and create some more of my own characters. That is going to wrap it up for this video. I'll talk to all of you in the comment section below and in Discord. I'm incredibly eager to see what you guys have in store for this one, and I'll check you all in the next video. See ya!